afternoon, everybody. I'm enjoying the snowmasting. I'm here today in Old Town, one of my favorite spots in Central Florida. And today I want to talk about the Pilgrim Laundry and the mystery of those electric trucks that we all remember as kids. Pilgrim Laundry was located at 1102 Prospect Avenue, but it was a very progressive company. So stay tuned for a really cool video about the laundry, its history, and whatever happened to those great electric trucks. Wouldn't you love to have one of those today? Hope you enjoyed the video. First off, I grew up on Prospect Avenue, right in the middle of 10th and 11th Avenue, and Pilgrim Laundry was located on 11th Avenue. 1102 is the actual address, and today if you go over there, is actually a row of houses that they built back in 1983. And but this factory that was there was a very progressive factory. In fact, when it opened up in 1894, all through pretty much its existence, they actually employed a lot of women there, and actually had a lot of women as foremen, and they were very progressive in terms of what they did. They also gave the employees stock options, which was kind of a unique thing back then. So essentially another amazing thing that they did was that they had these electric trucks driving all around Brooklyn. And the electric trucks were a very unique thing at the time. And in fact, people who remember seeing them going up and down, Prospect Avenue has a really long hill from, basically you go into the second highest spot in Brooklyn. So the laundry being almost at the bottom of the hill, these trucks would have a very difficult time making it to the top of what we call 9th Avenue or Prospect Park West. I'll put a photo up now of Pilgrim Laundry, show you what it looks like, or looked like back in the day. And like I said, what was so amazing about the laundry was, like I said, it was very progressive. And the fact that these electric trucks drove all around in a time when people really weren't much thinking of those kind of things was pretty amazing. And what was also incredible was that the laundry was actually doing really, really well. It was the commercial laundries, which meant that it basically did tablecloths, it did towels, it did all the commercial stuff for the local businesses in the boroughs. It even went as far as like Long Island. And they were really doing really well for a while. But the first real blow that came to the laundry actually happened in the early 1950s when they put the Prospect Expressway in. And the Prospect Expressway actually was a Robert Moses invention. And you could really look at one of my other videos on this, which I talk about that. But the Prospect Expressway really hurt the laundry because it divided Park Slope and Windsor Terrace. So it really cut through the center of their territory. So that was kind of the first blow for the laundry that it had to sustain. But then it ended up surviving another 18 years. Another company bought the laundry off the original owner. And then when that owner bought it, there was rumors of scandal, and the government had looked into the stock options, and there were different issues that caused its demise. So the place actually closed in 1971. And so it pretty much sat dormant for all those years. As a kid growing up, I actually called my brother and asked him about this because he's 9 years older than me. I don't remember ever trying to really go in there or it being an open area. I remember the laundry having like a lot of broken windows, but as he remembered, there was kind of like, there was gates where you really couldn't go in, and they had like no trespassing signs. So as far as I know, none of my friends actually ever tried to go in there. Apparently, I guess the way that the building was built, you would have had to have gotten a ladder and gone through the windows on the second floor, which I don't think anyone ever did. And it was always a safe neighborhood. There was always people around there walking their dogs, and always kids running around back in those days. So I guess it wasn't an easy place to go into. It was a working class neighborhood, so you had people coming and going at all times of the day. So I guess it wasn't the best place for kids to go in and explore, but I know for me personally, me and my friends really never went in there. Kind of wish I would have. Would have kind of been interesting to see what was in there, but as I say, we weren't lawbreakers, so it never happened. But here's the mystery, folks. A lot of people want to know what happens to those amazing electric trucks. And I've been researching, I'm actually near a roller coaster right here, so that's the screaming that you hear. I'll show you a little bit of that. But what everybody really wants to know is what happened to these electric trucks. Where, they had about 24 of them as I do the research. And from the best that I could figure, and from people that I've spoken to, a lot of people think, we know that there was a sub-basement in Pilgrim Laundry because it was a very big building. It took up the entire block. So apparently, when those new homes were built along Pilgrim Laundry, when those new homes were built on Pilgrim Laundry, they apparently built the foundation right over the sub-basement foundation. And from what I can research and what I could gather, a lot of people say that those trucks were buried in that sub-basement. I mean, what a shame. Those trucks would have been amazing. Collectors would have paid all kinds of money to have those trucks. But from my research, I could basically say that, I mean, I'm kind of guessing it's true because no one has ever come up with any of these trucks. I'm going to put a picture up here of the truck. Of course, you'll see that on the thumbnail too. But no one that I know of has ever come across any of these trucks. Now, if you remember, the trucks were green. They were kind of like very squared off trucks. They were green. They made like a humming noise. I remember as a kid, a lot of the kids would kind of run alongside the truck, especially when they were going up that big hill. They would just kind of run up and see if they could outrun the truck, which they could often do because the electric power wasn't that strong. But what a shame that all of these trucks were buried in that sub-basement. I mean, we've all heard stories about that, about the Topps company in Brooklyn when they had extra merchandise. They threw away, they pretty much dumped in the bay their entire 1952 collection, which included the Mickey Mantle rookie cards, which are worth like $500,000 each. We've also heard the stories about in Rockaway when they made that reef in Rockaway, that the Good Human Company had gotten rid of a bunch of Good Human trucks, and the reef in Rockaway is actually built upon all these old Good Human trucks, which I wish I had one today. A lot of people do. They're worth quite a bit of money. So people really didn't think of that stuff back in even the 80s, I don't think. We really didn't think of much stuff like that. So my guess is that those trucks, or at least a few of them, are probably buried in that sub-basement. So, you know, it's kind of interesting, but it would be great. I wish I had one of those trucks around today. And it's kind of funny that, you know, electric vehicles are making a big comeback. I think there's a company called Rivian, which is going to open up a company in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, I think in another month or two. So you see, and it's so weird, which already ties back to what I was originally saying about Pilgrim Laundry being a very progressive company back in its day, and doing things that was that really other companies weren't doing. And but like I said, it's different events happen in history. But I thought it would be a really cool video because, like I said, for me growing up literally a half a block away, and I just happened to think of this one day, and I said, well, other people are probably wondering about the same thing of whatever happened to this great company, and you know, and all of its trucks. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was a little informative for you. If anybody out there has any idea what happened to these trucks or any information about the Pilgrim Laundry, or if anybody knows, I'm sure there's plenty of people who have relatives who worked for that company. I mean, like I say, it was around for almost 100 years. Please give me a shout. I mean, leave a comment on the video. I'd really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, I'd also appreciate you guys subscribing. All of our proceeds go to our foundation, the Waffles Foundation. We donate musical instruments to kids who can't afford them. So it would be great if you guys could subscribe. And like I said, just give me a shout. So until the next video, this is Al signing off from Old Town in Central Florida. And I will see you on the next video. I appreciate you watching. Have a safe day. Enjoying this non-mask situation finally. Second week in May 2021. Have a great one. I'll talk to you in the next video. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.